The film opens with Iris frantic for cash to help her wiped-out sibling going after a position at an eatery in spite of having no related knowledge. Iris shows up at the workplace and meets with Shepard, an apparently magnanimous blue blood who offers her an arrangement and educates her regarding a challenge that on the off chance that she consents to take part her life would change and that he has the monetary. That night, assuming she chooses to go along with them, that specialist Barton seems to reconsider about Lambrick's concept of Iris taking part in the contest that evening. In the event that she chooses to go along with them, that specialist Barton seems to think again about Lambrick's concept of Iris. Out of choices, she chooses to require Lambrick's deal. The next day, Iris gets ready herself and lets her sibling know that she is going out with several companions and that she will be back soon. Inside the chateau, she meets different candidates. Cal is from Seattle, Lucas is from Iowa, Peter is a high-stakes player from Las Vegas. She holds up external the house as a vehicle pulls up and takes Iris to Lambrick's chateau, where she is welcomed by the head servant Bevins. Linda is an older lady in a wheelchair. Travis is a tactical veteran of the Iraq War. Amy is a conceited troublemaker, and Conway is a moderately aged recuperating alcoholic. Higher up, Lambrick readies his child Julian for noticing the game unbiasedly as he teaches him to not touch any of the members in spite of the fact that he might draw on them in discussion. The 8 competitors are situated at the lounge area table with Sheepblock and his child. To demonstrate that everybody has a cost, Lambrick persuades Iris to eat the meat for $5,000 and later expands it to $10,000. Lambrick turns a notification that Conway isn't drinking his wine. She gets persuaded by Linda that it is a huge load of cash and eats it. He uncovers that he's a recuperating alcoholic. He offers Conway $10,000 to drink the glass of wine or $50,000 to drink a whole decanter of scotch. After a profound battle, Conway drinks the scotch. At the point when supper closes, Lambrick stands up and stands out. He makes sense of that the members will play a round of Would You Rather. Players are killed in the event that they will not pursue a decision or to follow up on their choice. Every difficulty introduced likewise has a period limit. Players in Cycle 1 have 15 seconds to settle on their decision. Every difficulty introduced likewise has a period limit. Players in Cycle 1 have 15 seconds to pursue their decision. Subsequent to clarifying the guidelines, Lambrick offers everybody a chance for deny cooperation and leave. Everybody chooses for stay. Bevins, a previous specialist, goes into the room with an electric shock machine designed with a vehicle battery and head lashes. Seeing the torment gadget, Conway attempts to leave. Lambrick lets him know that leaving isn't a choice any longer. Julian lets him know that he has had a lot to drink. Bevins starts fitting Cal and Amy with the head lashes. Lambrick then, at that point, inquires as to whether he would prefer to shock himself or shock Amy. Cal picks himself. The head tie is then taken out and fitted on Linda's head. Amy is then approached to pick either herself and Linda. She picks Linda before the clock even starts, and Linda passes out not long after Linda awakens, as it's presently her move. She stuns Peter. On Travis' turn, he stuns Lucas. Lucas shocks himself rather than Iris, and Iris shocks herself rather than Cal. Lambrick passes on the space to get ready for the following round. The hopefuls talk about a departure plan before Julian hinders and starts scolding the gathering. Travis faces him. Julian lets him know that he committed a major error facing him. In the interim, specialist Barton shows up and slips into the compound. The workers start to cover the lounge area floor and walls with plastic. Sheepblock returns the room and lets them know that Cycle 2 is going to begin, and it's given a 30-second time limit for direction. As the round starts, Iris is given a decision between wounding Cal in the thigh with an ice pick or hitting Travis multiple times with a shumbok, an African whipping stick. The gathering talks about that wounding the thigh gambles penetrating a conduit. They aggregately consent to have Iris and whip Travis. Lucas is given a decision between cutting Iris, also whipping Travis once more. After a conversation, Travis consents to be whipped again. Travis picks another whipping and comes near death. The situation then, at that point, goes to Peter, who may either cut Linda in the thigh or whip Travis once more. Realizing Travis will not endure one more round of whips, Peter lets Linda know that they need to cooperate. He cuts Linda in the leg since she is dead and however punctures a significant vein making her drain plentifully. Peter attempts madly to stop the draining with his belt. Linda decides to cut Amy. Linda later bites the dust from draining out and is eliminated from the room as the knocks some people's socks off to Amy. She is told by Lambrick to cut anybody she picks. Amy brings up that the mark of the game is endurance, eventually deciding to wound Iris. Concurring with Amy, Cal's turn sees him deciding to whip Travis, prompting Travis' demise, and he is killed from the game. In the meantime, in the storm cellar, Dr. Barton slips into the chateau with his firearm while Bevins and Sheep Block are in a conversation. The players endeavor to revolt. Iris escapes into the house during the battle. Cal is shot and killed when he attempts to go after Lambrick. Peter, Lucas, and Amy are taken back to their seats at gunpoint while Bevins and Julian quest for Iris. Julian finds Iris in the storm cellar and starts attacking her. Iris wards off Julian as Dr. Barton shows up on the scene. Before Barton can act, Bevins shoots him in the head. Julian begs Bevins to shoot Iris for going after him, however Bevins returns her to the game. On appearance, he lets Lambrick know what occurred in the storm cellar. Lambrick pardons himself and leaves the room. He returns and apologizes to Iris for Julian's way of behaving. On appearance, he lets Lambrick know what occurred in the storm cellar. Lambrick pardons himself and leaves the room. He returns and apologizes to Iris for Julian's way of behaving. Or then again, the obscure discipline on a card fixed in an envelope before every player. Peter picks the card. His discipline is to grasp a firework, which ends up being a quarter stick of explosive. The unstable is pipe taped into his hand. After it detonates, Peter tumbles to the floor and kicks the bucket. Lucas picks the card and is compelled to cut his eye with an extremely sharp edge. Amy chooses to go with the card, yet the card uncovers that she needs to burn through 4 minutes in the barrel rather than 2. Amy suffocates to death for the most part because of the beginning, as she was opening her mouth to slowly inhale. The 4th round begins with Iris and Lucas being the last players on the grounds that the main member in the last round enjoys a benefit. A coin is flipped and Iris wins. She is given the decision of saving Lucas and letting them two leave with nothing, or she has the decision of killing Lucas with a dueling gun and taking the cash to save her sibling's life. Lucas endeavors to convince Iris to save him and starts to explain to her why he came into the opposition as he spills his guts and looks at the battles of his family to Iris' sibling. Iris unexpectedly shoots Lucas in the chest. Killing him, Shepard crowns Iris the champ and permits her to leave with the cash on out. Lambrick lets Iris know that they have previously found a giver for her sibling and his treatment is set to start the next week. Iris gets back with the cash and finds Raleigh sleeping on his bed. She starts nursing the cut injury and afterward continues to shower. A while later, she strolls into her sibling's room and notification that he is sleeping soundly. Gratitude for observing. Kindly like and subscribe into my feed.